Welcome to another edition to a meeting with Gervis. Today we be joined with longtime businessman here in the city of Opelousas, the parish of St. Landry, Mr. James Cobb Billard. We'll be talking to him and learning more about what he has planned for the future right after this. And of course, we're back, and joining us right now is Mr. James Cobb Billard. Cobb, tell us about yourself.
First of all, thank you for the invite. Well, to those of you that know me, I'm James Cobb Billard. I prefer being called Cobb. I'm
Okay.
a lifelong resident of the St. Landry Parish, Opelousas area. Been a lifetime businessman here. A little bumping and grinding. We've done a lot of different things, Mr. Gervis.
Right.
I started off in life in business about almost 40 years ago. I started off peddling, man. I started off peddling boudin.
Okay.
My mom was a cook. She did boudin, cakes, pies, candy. So I really started off as a peddler.
Okay.
I love the art of selling. The African American community need to learn that selling is not begging.
Right.
Selling is just another form of being an entrepreneur.
That's right.
I knew I was going to be an entrepreneur from a young person. I never believed in the 9 to 5 because the 9 to 5, I always thought the word job means just above broke.
That's right.
So that is why I ventured into different types of businesses. I bought and sold real estate. I bought and sold items. I have a friend from Lawtell who used to call me mall without walls. If you're looking for it, I'm gonna get it.
Okay.
But I'm very excited. You know, man, life is a challenge sometimes, especially being a black businessman in a predominantly black city. Sometimes, due to our lack of business experiences, we don't associate. We can't differentiate between friendship and business.
Okay.
We believe if you say no, that means that I don't like you. Or we
Right.
believe if we give you a price, you're trying to cheat me. So we have a long history of not really understanding the business concept
Right.
or how business is done. I love training my children, and one of a great aspiration in my life was I had a nephew once. He told me a few years ago, you see, I always watched you, Uncle Jimmy. I always watched you. And he's a sales manager for cons, and
Okay.
he's one of the best salesmen I ever heard. When if he sold his phone, he don't know what make it tick, why it tick, because he's going to learn the functions
Right.
and the amenities of the phone. So you have to know your product to sell your product.
Right.
But I'm excited. I'm almost 65 years old, and I think of new ideas every day. The grave is not a place for dreams. The grave is a
Right.
place of rest.
That's right.
And I have always, I've never let no one determine who I was, where I was, and where I was going to go, and who I was going to be.
Yeah.
I've always been an open-minded person. At age 65, I'm thinking about changing my name, but my oldest brother gonna shoot me if I do that. I want to change my name to Free Man.
Okay.
I've been free man for the last 40 years of my life. I quit a job when I was 20-some years old because I felt I wasn't a free man.
Okay.
I quit a job with no job. I was driving back, we was coming back on the 4-mile bridge in Hot Spring, and I threw my hard hat in the water. And I said, I wasn't born to be nobody's slave.
That's right.
So it's been all history ever since. And I thank God he's been a miracle worker. He's been a
Now,
miracle.
Cobb, you've done, of course, you had B&B Builder construction at one point. You had T-Bebs, so you had a restaurant. And now you're working on something new, I understand.
Why you want me to tell my secret? But I can't.
But the thing about it is, I want to say it first. I want to say this. I want to thank you for helping me and Mr. Papio and my dance team, Raise of Hope, my youth program, and not only us, all the people that you've helped in the past and people you're going to help in the future. We appreciate you. And if I could give you roses, flowers, daisies, I'd give it. Now I plant your garden.
Oh, not that.
But you've definitely been a great man for the community.
You have been always a friend of mine, and with your health conditions, and I just thank God for you because even the times your health is trying, you're always trying to help something,
That's right.
somebody, somewhere. Most people don't know my story because I don't talk my story.
That's right. That's
I
right.
don't live my story. If you said that, I'd have never said anything about it.
That's right.
I've had the opportunity to help so many people in my life. Sadly, there was a young man who went to jail, and they called me to get him out of jail. And people don't understand that. The
Right.
young man has nobody in his life to help him. And I stopped what I was doing. Now, when I called the bail bondman, I said, "You get him out." I paid to get him out. And I will never get that money back.
Right.
And I know I won't.
Right.
But if it made him happy,
That's
I
right.
pay it back.
You may not get it back from him, but because of the God we serve, it will make its way back around.
You know, my wife passed almost a year
Right.
next month in March. And I had one of the best women God could ever brought me. When I met my wife, I was a zero, not a hero, a zero.
Okay. Okay.
And she helped mold me and make me into the man I am today.
Okay.
And I'm definitely not a perfect man. I'm a man that have faults,
Right.
and I have faults daily.
As we all do.
But I want to say this though, Mr. Gervis. Our young black men in this city and our black leaders have to learn what leadership is. Leadership is not leading from behind a
That's
wall.
right. That's right.
Leadership is not from talking. When we get all blacks together for wigs, funerals, wedding, man, everybody's so black, everybody's so big,
That's
everybody's
right.
so
That's
bold.
right.
But when you put it in the wide open, they melt like ice cream in the sun. So because they don't have the heart of a lion.
Okay.
I was born with the heart of a lion, the heart of Judah. I don't believe that no man, you should have to pretend to be somebody else, to be somebody's friend. And this is where I have differed with a lot of my friends and family, because I'm not going to dislike you because you don't like them.
Right.
If you haven't done me nothing, I don't have a problem with anything.
That's right.
I got some friends that some people totally hate, but that's on them.
Right.
That's on them. I'm a man. I've just been a man all my life. I tell you what, that if there's anything going to be done, if they want to say anything about my life when I'm gone, I plan to take a pair of my shoes and concrete them and put them on my grave and say it took a man to fill them.
So let me ask you that, since you mentioned that. How would you like to be remembered?
I want to be remembered as a trailblazer. I want to be remembered as not a well-liked man, but a well-respected man.
Okay.
If I walk in a room of 50 white men, I'm not a black man, I'm a man.
All right.
And I'm going to be respected as a man.
Right.
I haven't found a man yet that is not my equal.
Okay.
I haven't found a man yet that I should look up to. I haven't found a man born yet that I fear. I haven't found that.
Okay, but let's talk about the issue at hand right now.
Okay.
Now, you're not going to be competing.
No.
You want to provide a service to the people.
First and foremost, let me just say what my new venture is. And we started on it when my wife passed. We stopped. My momentum stopped because I had time to collect myself.
Right.
20-some years ago, Mr. Finlaw, like Finlaw Funeral Home.
Right.
Which
Currently
is now Ford and Joseph Funeral Home. Mr. Finlaw, Robert and I were friends. And Robert thought I would have made an excellent funeral home owner.
Okay.
And I was young at the time. And 20-some years ago now, I wanted to own a funeral home.
Okay.
But I met with Mr. Robert, and on my first call I made a bad mistake. And I came back to him, I said, "No, Robert, I can't do it right now. I can't do it. I wasn't prepared, I wasn't mature, nor did I have the know-how."
Okay.
So I denied that at the time, but I kept the love of that in my heart, because me and my daughter Tanisha get calls all the time from loved ones trying to bury loved ones, family trying to bury loved ones. And we have contributed to many funerals.
Right.
If people that are watching, we will never put their names out there.
Right.
My daughter Tanisha will get out there and go raise $2,000. And you'll never hear our names on the radio, the TV. You'll never hear, because I'm not gonna catch a person in that time of need and exploit them. That's not the way you help your community.
That's right.
You help them and shut your mouth.
That's true.
But we are working on right now, opening a new funeral home called Community First Funeral Home. The word community first means we're going to put the community first. We're going to put the community first when it comes to financial obligation, but some of our poor people don't have the necessary money to bury their loved one.
So are you going to do cremations?
No. I will do it only if the family demand it.
Okay.
But I'm telling the citizens, I'm telling St. Landry Parish, I'm telling surrounding areas, You don't have to do cremation with me. If you ain't got no money, come see me.
So service with a dignity, and if you can't afford it, we're gonna make it where you will be able to afford it, so you can bury your loved one with dignity.
30-some years ago, I opened an appliance store in there. I called it Wheeling and Dealing, and people laughed at me. The name Wheeling and Dealing came about because a lot of people would come to me to do business with me before that.
Okay.
Didn't always have the money.
Okay.
So we would wheel and deal on how much they could give me and how much they could pay me.
Mm-hmm.
I've been financing people for almost 40 years.
Okay.
From houses to cars to mobile homes to vacant properties. If I told the people, go in the court records and see how many people I have financed their home, you would be totally shocked. And if you go in the court records, you'll find one house a man give back to me.
Okay.
I've never had the heart to take one from no one.
Now, recently, we're not going to say the person's name, but there was an old woman who was losing her home, and you took care of that.
You said it, I did.
And we appreciate you for that.
Thank you so much for,
You know.
for the honest. That was one touching story. I'm gonna give you that story. And
Okay.
We're gonna go back to the funeral home.
Okay.
There was a 90-year-old lady called me about 10 years ago, about 7 years ago. Mayor Craven was mayor at the time. He called me to go help this lady. When I got there, the lady had pots and pans all over her house. And I said, what's all that for? And her bed was pulled in the middle of the floor. She said, well, when it rained, my roof leaks. And she says, I got to catch the water in the pots and pans.
Oh, wow.
So she's 90 years old, and she said, Mr. Billard, can you help me, sir? I said, so I called the mayor. I said, Mayor, you can't fix this house. This house is in a bad condition. So I had a little 2-bedroom house on my location on I-49.
Okay.
So she kept calling me, asking me for help. So I called my house mover one day. I said, put this house on the trailer and go deliver it to this lady. We got there with the house, and they said, I don't want it.
Okay. Okay.
I said, what? She said,
So
I
like
don't
a brand
want
new house.
a brand new house.
Okay.
Nobody lived in it.
Wow.
She said, it's too small when all my family come there, nowhere to put the family.
My.
Brother Gervis, I got so hot, my ears got red.
Well, I can imagine.
I said, Mr. Gary, I gave it to my nephew. I said, go bring it to my nephew. Bring it to my brother's house. I didn't even want it back on the yard.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, about 2 weeks later or a week later, she started calling me again, every day almost.
Okay.
When the farmer comes in, Miss Gary. One day Miss Gary called me and I wasn't feeling well that day. I said, Miss Gary, tear the house down.
Mm-hmm.
Her old house. I said, tear it down. She said, why? I said, I'm going to build your house.
Yeah.
So I called my electrician and different ones, and we went build her a brand new house.
Oh, that's great.
She died smiling in that house.
Okay.
She had been serving God all her life, and she felt as though God was going to meet her needs.
That's right.
And God did.
And he did. And God uses many people to do different things.
Yeah.
But look, we'll be right back with more after this. And we're back with Cobb Billard and James Cobb Billard. He likes to be called Cobb. Look, don't forget, what you just saw were reminders on upcoming events, what's coming on in the community. If you'd like to share something with us, please let me get that information so I can share it with my viewers so we can make sure that happens. And also, don't forget to check out Cobb on Cobb Live. Look for him on his page, James Billard. For Cobb Live. He does Cobb Live in the morning. He does Cobb Live in the afternoon. He does it when he feels like it. Ladies and gentlemen, Cobb Billard.
Well, thank you again, Mr. William. And foremost, we are now in the month of February.
That's right.
Which is called Black History Month. I would like to work with you on a project that I have. I have a calendar I'm trying to do. I've been wanting to do it. And the name of the calendar is Black History.
Okay.
The first word in black is B.
That's right.
The month of March should resemble banking.
That's right.
The black community need to know more about banking. We have to learn to start banking among ourselves. But that's for another day. We're going to talk about that.
Exactly.
But let me get back to the funeral home.
Community first.
Community first funeral home. We should be open within the next 90 to 120 days.
Okay.
Let me give the people, I don't have a funeral director license and I shouldn't be talking about prices right now, but I'm going to tell you this. To you, the listening community, you can take this to the bank. We are not out here to compete with no one.
Okay.
I am not competing with no one. Because first of all, I always believe in business. I'm number one with whatever I do. Because I think I'm number one. I don't think you think I'm number one. I think I'm number one because I'm going to make it happen. I guarantee you I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to tell you why I want this funeral home. I get calls from people very often. Loved ones crying. Mama is on the table. It can't be buried. I've had some touching conversations with people that couldn't bury their loved ones. And I'm not knocking no funeral home for how they run their business. But I'm going to tell you this. Your mama will not sit on nobody's table for 30 days when I'm open. I'm going to warn you. I'm going to make this a promise to you, the community. Sure, I have to make money in this business. But I'll tell you this. When you lose a loved one, that's hard enough. That's hard enough. Man, as African Americans, we have suffered enough. We have suffered enough. Yes, people are going to cremation. We as a black community, we do not believe in cremation. Cremation, to me, is a financial agreement.
Right. A last resort.
It's a last resort. I don't want you to think you have to have that last resort. Let me be the last resort. Let me take the lead. Let me do it. Let me tell you why I'm telling you that. The funeral home is not my only source of income. It's not. It's a service I'm looking to provide to the community. I'm looking at building 2 graveyards. The graveyard will be built in a way that you will be totally surprised. We're going to be able to, we're going to do the plots. And we're going to start selling the plots at $50 a month.
Okay.
You can come and buy your plot for $50 a month.
Pre-need.
Well, it's not a pre-need.
It's not? Okay.
Because they got some different things about pre-need.
Okay.
The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to make it affordable to the poor. There's a lot of our people out here with no insurance.
Right.
I want you all to know you still have dignity. Right. I want you to bury your loved one in dignity, in love and respect. Mm-hmm. You know, when you can't bury your mama, that is a hard thing in life, man.
Right.
The person that birthed you, the person that changed you at night, even your wife. I get calls, man, that you'll be surprised. I get calls from people that you would be totally surprised. A friend of mine died 2 weeks ago, and they didn't need no money, but it just hurts, man. It just hurts, the loss of loved one. You see, we don't value life. We don't value life.
Right, not like we used to.
We don't value life like we used to.
Right.
I think about you sometime, in your illness.
Right.
I'll meet you sometime, and I'll show you love, and you don't ask me for nothing.
No.
You don't ask nobody for nothing.
No, I really.
But I'll show the man love because I know what he's dealing with.
That's right.
Man, going to dialysis every day or every other day is
Monday,
not
Wednesday,
an
Friday,
easy task, man.
Yeah.
I tell everybody on my live all the time, man, do something for somebody.
That's right.
We got a habit of get up and we go to the local churches every Sunday and we drop what we think we owe God. But we don't. First of all, God don't make arrangements like that. You see, you got to pass up somebody hurt to go.
That's right.
To go give somewhere else.
That's right.
You should be your brother's keeper.
That's right. Well, the word clearly tells us, Jesus said he's going to ask the question, did you go to the jails? Did you feed the hungry? Did you clothe the naked? Did you do those things?
Do you know
And in none of them things that you say, did you pay your tithe? Did you give to the church? Were you a deacon? Were you a choir member? Or any of those things? He said, did you serve?
People would knock me because I'm not a real church-going man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what is the church? The church is the body of believers. I've preached for 20 years. People look at me and say, oh, you a preacher?
Right.
Oh, wow. Right. Let me tell you what is a preacher. A preacher is just a servant.
That's right.
That's all a preacher is. I went to the city jail for 20 years. Go walk on Anaclad. Go walk the hill. Go walk the All Mill. If I walk those neighborhoods, I'm a celebrity.
They know who you are.
They know me.
They know who you are.
They'll walk out and come and meet me.
Because
I don't fear none of those neighborhoods. I can walk those neighborhoods at midnight. When they come out there, those young boys, I saw them all in jail.
That's right.
They know me.
That's right. At their most desperate moment, you were there.
I was there for them.
So they know who you are.
Some of them will come and find me to take me sometime.
Mm-hmm.
But I want this funeral home to be, that's why it's community first. We're going to put the community first. And I'm going to tell you on another thing. And don't think we're going to just be doing the last arraignment for black people.
Mm-hmm.
Every business I've had almost a 40-60% white and black ratio of business people. I will bury the white community as well. You can take it to the bank. Because you know why? They know me too.
Are you going to serve only San Andrew Parish?
Hell no.
So anybody who calls,
we gonna have a travel. I'm gonna give a secret out today.
okay,
And I hope the competition learn.
okay,
I'm gonna have a traveling funeral home.
okay,
We will be probably purchasing those big coach buses.
okay,
I'm gonna organize it. We can do your funeral at your house.
in Mobile Chapel.
In Mobile. See, you weren't told my secret, man. But guess what?
A Mobile Chapel.
Guess what? I never called it that. I never called it that.
Not yet.
But thank you.
Okay.
You made $10 a day. That's a good one.
Wow, $10.
I want you to be a part of that funeral home.
Hey, I'm welcome to.
I want you to work along with us.
God, wait a minute. Do you know my name?
Gervis?
And what that mean? God's servant.
Okay, well that's
So,
cool.
and what you know me to do? Wherever there's something for the community, I'm in it.
I want the community to know. I want the community to know this. I've done a lot of things in my life to make money.
Right.
There's no harm in that. But I've done a lot of things in my life to help people. And I want to help the community. I don't want to compete with no funeral home. Let's get this straight right now. We have two of the best black funeral homes in America, Ford and Joseph and William. Reverend Ford preached a sermon, a little sermon for one of my workers, my oldest worker, last Friday. That man gave the message that blew my mind.
Yeah.
I talked to my daughter about it last night. Reverend Ford said something that caught my mind, caught my attention. I never heard it put like that.
Okay.
But I know God must have given it to him because he must have knew where people was hurting.
Right.
Reverend Ford said God created death.
Okay.
Now, where we say that? He said that is a way to ease the pain. When people are suffering here on earth, their body's not being healed, he gives them a way out through death, and he can let them back to himself.
That's right.
And that was so fitting for the moment. So I just thank Reverend Ford for what he said. See, I want to break the tradition of black businesses fighting. I don't think we need to be fighting. We should not be fighting in business. I should be able to call Reverend Ford or Brother Williams and say, look, man, I need to use a car today. I need help. And vice versa. We should not be fighting one another. Because those who want to go to me, going to come to me. Those who want to go to them, going to go to them. I had a salesman working for me at building houses on I-49 one day. She saw a customer she was a new worker. She saw a customer at my competition. She pulled in that parking lot and got him to come to my office. And she told me what she done. I said, never do it again.
Yeah. Well, look, Cobb, we're going to have to do part 2 sometime soon.
We'll do part 2.
Matter of fact, I'm going to have to go on your show.
Yes.
To finish the conversation.
But first of all,
go ahead.
I want to say thank you for the opportunity.
Okay.
And look, y'all continue to watch this man. He brings very, very, very good conversation to the community. We need that. We need people like Brother William here. He's a community servant, and then we thank God for him.
This has been a meeting with Gervis with James Cobb Billard. We'll learn more about Community First and other programs that are coming to the community. So continue to watch us here on the Meeting with Gervis. Until next time, God bless you.
Thank you.